I have something to say today. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to say today, but I know the gist of it. So typically when really shitty things happen in the world, it takes me a long time to process and respond. I don't usually respond right away. And so I've been just watching what's going on in the world and watching how people are reacting. And I feel like my mind is just not, it can't comprehend it. And so I feel like why I was placed in this world was to be like positive and inspiring and to help people feel better and such. So I don't put a lot of negative stuff on my page, and I try to handle my negative stuff on my own and whatever. But now finally it's time to speak about everything that's been happening in the States and in the world. And yeah, some things have happened lately that have made me realize it's time to respond. And most prevalently, I suppose, is a post that my daughter wrote yesterday, and I'm going to read it because I think it was really, really something. So she wrote, "In support of Black Lives Matter and Pride Month, I wanted to take this opportunity to formally let you know," it's interesting that this is emotional for me. "I wanted to take this opportunity to formally let you know that I identify as a human being who is capable of loving any other human being. This includes any biological sex, gender identity, race, etc. Love is love, and all people deserve to be treated equal and with kindness. I am proud to join in the ongoing fight against racism and inequality, and to let you know that I will work to better educate myself and be part of the solution. I apologize if I have unknowingly been part of the problem by being silent. I might not be the same, but that's not important. No freedom till we're equal. Damn right, I support it." So that's my daughter writing yesterday. And I actually couldn't be more proud of her. And it made me realize that, especially the line where she wrote, "I apologize if I have been unknowingly part of the problem by being silent." And I just completely admit that I don't get everything. I don't understand everything. I am so by far not perfect. And I just try and spread a little bit of joy in my corner of the world. That's all I really know how to do. But I've also recently become friends with a transgender woman, and it's been very interesting and enlightening, and I feel so grateful for her, and I feel grateful to learn from my daughter. And it was a different world, you know, when we were growing up, and there's so much more that I don't know than I do know. And but what I believe is that we just need to love, and we just need to ask, what would love do? And we just need to not tolerate. We need to like work to understand. And so if I have a daughter that's bisexual, and I have a friend that's transgender, and I have many friends of all different races, and hopefully a son-in-law very soon that is a Chinese heritage, and so maybe a grandchild soon, and you know, maybe there's just other things we can do than find ways to hate and dislike each other. And I have a son that's a cop, so you know, I just can't bear when people put a whole section of society into this one box, or one. There's crappy acting people everywhere, and there's wonderful acting people everywhere, and there's loving people everywhere, and it's not one profession, it's not one race, it's not one anything. We're all shitty sometimes, and we're all wonderful sometimes. And I just hope that we can be more wonderful and more often, and learn from each other, and share with each other, and understand. And one of the things that I'm really trying to do is be easy to impress and hard to offend. And I think if we can be impressed more and share in each other's joy more, mudita is the word that I love, M-U-D-I-T-A, mudita, sharing in each other's joy more, than just our own joy. Then we can be happier and more effective and more loving and more kind. And even though I don't understand everything, people don't understand everything about me, if we can just accept people where they are, meet people where they are, let people be who they be, and find, our job is to get curious. Our job is to find the joy in that person. Our joy is to uncover their talents and gifts. And when we can find joy in that, things gotta be better, COVID or not. So I wrote a new song, and I'm going to sing it for you today. And yeah, so this is the first time out, and I'm not perfect, so you can turn this off at any time. You have the power, the button. But before I start, I just want to say that if I have unknowingly been part of the problem by being silent in the past, I hope that ends now. I hope if you see me or hear me do something that is not right, please, assume the intention is not to be bad for other people. A part of our job is to help educate other people. If you hear somebody, I heard a pilot use the R word, and it was like I felt I must educate him, whether he takes it well or not. It's my job, to let him know that. So if I do something, somebody in my audience educated me about I guess something I said that wasn't quite right, and she educated me about heteronormativity. I had to look it up. I didn't even know what it meant, but now I know, and I could be more cognizant, and I don't want to offend. I want to accept and learn and grow, and everybody has something great to share. So here's my new song. It's called It's a Different World.
It's a different world, everything is changing. It's a different world, things are really rearranging. It's a different world, it's one I hardly know. It's a different world, how do I feed my soul? Well, inspiration is everywhere. I know I just gotta look, inspiration is everywhere. In real life I don't need a book, it's in the giggle of a child playing with mom or dad. It's in the lyrics of a song making me feel glad. It's a different world now. I know everything has changed. It's a different world now. Things are really rearranged. It's a different world now. Maybe you don't know, it's a different world now. How do you feed your soul? Well, inspiration is everywhere. You just gotta look, inspiration is everywhere. It's here in real life, you don't need a book. It's in helping a neighbor. It's in sharing a laugh, seeing that gray-haired couple. They're walking and holding hands. It's a different world now. It's gonna be okay. It's a different world now. We'll find our way. It's a different world now. We're gonna make it great. It's a different world now. We will love and appreciate our different world.
So I'm going to ask myself this question. What would love do? What would love do? I'm going to try to learn from everybody that I meet. I'm going to try and set a great example. I am going to support things that matter to me, things that are meaningful, things that don't exclude other people. I am going to be a voice for things that matter. And I just want to thank my daughter for that education. I want to thank my friend for helping me learn about things that I don't know. It is a different world, and you know what? We're going to make it great. So thanks for listening, and I too apologize if I have unknowingly been part of the problem by being silent.